We all have that voice in our head, a constant narrator for our lives. But what happens when that narrator is actually our harshest critic? Well, in this explainer, we're going to give you a powerful toolkit to finally silence that inner critic and turn all that self-doubt into your greatest source of strength. Just think about it for a second. What does it say? Is it something like, I'm not smart enough for this? Or maybe, oh, I am definitely going to fail? Today, we are tackling that voice head on because the story it tells you, it has a huge impact on your life. So this is the official term for it, the negative internal monologue. It's that relentless, super critical voice that just runs unchecked in the background, shaping how we see pretty much everything. And, it's not just background noise, it's literally the narrator of our reality. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about why this inner monologue matters so much. Then, we're diving into 4 really powerful techniques you can start using today. How to catch and challenge those negative thoughts, the surprising power of one little word, a simple trick to change your point of view, and finally, how to make it all stick. All right, first up, let's talk about what's really at stake here. Because this isn't just about feeling good, it's about literally changing the outcomes in your life. Your inner dialogue is the foundation for how you see and interact with the entire world. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. Look at the contrast. Negative self-talk, it creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. It triggers stress, and it can kill your motivation dead in its tracks. But now look at the other side. Positive self-talk builds up your resilience. It actually changes your emotional state, and it inspires you to take action and make real progress. It's the difference between giving up and growing. And here's the most crucial point, the real good news. That inner critic isn't some fixed part of your personality. It's just a habit. And like any other habit, with the right tools and a little practice, you can absolutely change it. This is where we stop just talking about the problem and start actively solving it. So, where do we even begin? We start with our first technique, catch and challenge. You can't fix a thought you don't even realize you're having, right? This first step is all about awareness, about becoming an observer of your own mind. It breaks down into 3 really simple actions. First, you just catch the thought the moment it appears. No judgment, just notice it. Second, you challenge it. Is this really 100% true? Where's the proof? And third, you reframe it. You swap that critical thought for one that's way more realistic and helpful. Now, what's so great about this slide is how it makes this whole idea really concrete. So you catch yourself thinking, I totally ruined that presentation. Your automatic challenge should be, okay, but is that 100% true? Then you look for the evidence. Well, no, I said one kind of awkward thing, but the rest of it was actually pretty good. And the reframe becomes, all right, that was a learning experience. Next time, I'll do even better. See how that just shifts everything? Okay, our next tool is, well, it's almost deceptively simple, but I promise you it is incredibly powerful. It's all about transforming those thoughts that feel like a dead end into a real pathway for growth. Oh man, we have all been here. You hit a wall, and your brain just serves up this absolute statement of failure. I can't do this. It feels final, it feels like the truth. But watch what happens next. Boom! By adding that one single word, yet, you completely rewrite the entire meaning. It transforms a statement of permanent failure into one of a temporary setback. It just blows the door wide open to potential and sucks all the emotional weight out of that original thought. It's not a judgment anymore. It's just a point on a timeline. All right, our next technique is a simple trick to kind of get out of your own head. It's all about creating what psychologists call psychological distance, and it makes the advice you give yourself so much more powerful. When we're stuck in a negative thought loop, using the word I can actually make the emotional distress feel deeper. But if you just switch to you or even talk to yourself by name, you create this little bit of space. It lets you step back and talk to yourself the way you talk to a friend, with a lot more objectivity and compassion. This slide shows it perfectly. Why am I always so nervous? It feels panicked, personal, like you're spiraling. But shifting to take a deep breath, you are capable of handling this. That's instantly more calming and empowering. And using your own name takes it even further, grounding you in your past successes. It's such a small shift in language that creates a major shift in your mindset. So we have all these great tools, right? But how do we make them our default setting instead of something we have to consciously work at? This last section is all about turning this practice into a genuine, lasting habit. I absolutely love this metaphor. This is not a magic pill. It's a workout for your mind. I mean, you wouldn't expect to go to the gym one time and be fit for life, right? Well, it's the exact same thing for your internal monologue. Every single time you catch, challenge, and reframe a thought, you're doing another rep. You are building that muscle. And here are the keys to really making it stick. Start small. Don't try to change every single thought overnight. Be patient with yourself. You're unlearning years of a mental habit. If you slip back into old patterns, don't beat yourself up about it. Just see it as a gentle reminder to get back on track. Consistency, over time, is what builds the muscle. And let's just land on this for a second, because this is the core takeaway of this entire explainer. This practice goes so far beyond just feeling a little bit better. When you change your internal narrative, you fundamentally change your actions. And by changing your actions, you change the results you get in your life. Period. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. After everything we've covered, what is the one conversation you have with yourself that you are going to change starting today?